All right, got another hopper that's ready to get pulled outside. This one went together way faster. Not much different on this, other than I used some heavier angle up there. But other than that, it's the same as last time. I didn't build it on a skid. And I found when I went to go pull the sheeting up, it actually buckled the wrong way and actually went up this way when I started pulling that cone up. So I had to release the cone, let it drop back down, and we just put 4 boards underneath the hopper on all 4 corners, lifted it up that 3.5, 4 inches, and then that sheeting went, rather than buckling up that way, it buckled down like it should. Came together. I bet you I had the sheeting pulled together in half an hour. It went by way faster this time. We had a better system. Used a chain fall rather than a come along. And like I said, it went way faster. Still got to make the handle for the gate. And I still need to make the aeration duct, which should be right here. But this time, being it's nice outside, I'm going to flip this thing over and build the aeration, put it in, and then cut the duct work in. And then I'm going to try painting it the right side up rather than painting it upside down and have all that overspray land on the sheeting. Well, here we go. This one's painted up. I painted it outside right where it is, and this I painted it the right way up. This one I painted upside down when it was in the shop. This one turned out way better. I used way less paint. I got way less runs. It is kind of it is kind of hard to see up in there just because it's all shadowed, but I think I did a better job underneath. I did a better job on all these angles. I got all the way around on the skid pipes this time, so yeah, looks way better. My QC though, while I was painting, I noticed I missed a weld there, so I got my portable welder right over there. I'm just gonna pull it out and run a buzz over that and give it a new shot of paint. But yeah, aeration tube going up in there. Yeah, I can't quite see. Everything's painted up. Haven't painted the inside on these, but I don't know whether I should or not. Part of me thinks I probably should. It'd be a lot easier to do it now before we put a bin on it. So, yeah. Just need to start building a pad now and get these things, get some bins on these. Gotta get the barley out of the bins that are going on here first. This rainfall we've gotten, there's been 3 inches previous, so 3.5 or 6.5 inches. This is the wheat that I showed you guys when I was rolling. It's looking a lot better. I walked out in there, went down that lease road and walked out into the crop. All the valleys have filled in nice, and it's canopied over, starting to canopy over quite nice. Now this is wheat on wheat, so I'll probably end up fungiciding this here in about another week's time. Some of the bottom leaves are starting to show some signs. It's not bad here. There's some a little bit right there. But We had some hail at the farm there yesterday, and it actually split the flag leaf down the lengthwise down the flag. Man, the mosquitoes are bad. And I just wanted to stop and check this place out. Make sure we didn't get hail here. Doesn't appear like it. And these are one of the valleys. Yeah, it's filled in really nice. The rain is the big eraser on our drill. Really helps with that depth control. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's frogs. And that is standing water in the wheat. And I walked out over there and there's still standing water over there. I'm thinking if it doesn't dry up here, this part of the field's definitely going to be hurting. It is a really nice catch over here too. This is the same variety of wheat on the hills. And the mosquitoes are just crazy here now though. You just don't see the disease on the bottom leaves like you do in the wheat to the wheat. This field's a lot flatter, so it came up a lot better. The problem is in this field I had was the canola stubble. This wasn't harrowed last fall, and I had canola stubble everywhere in here. And right here, you can see right here, that would have been right behind the tank. I remember this one. There was a wad that got built up on the toolbar, on the cultivator of the drill, and it was right behind the tank, so I couldn't see it from the tractor until I finished the row and turned around. But you can see the dip in the crop there. That was just piling dirt basically behind the tractor. But no, this wheat's looking great. Oh, then it needs to dry up in there, otherwise that's going to turn yellow real fast. But I don't think this stuff needs fungicide. It's looking pretty good. Canola stubble to wheat, where the wheat to the wheat definitely I think is going to need a fungicide. We'll try to catch that in the head stage, I think. Alright, today we are in the windrower or the swather. It is July 10th. And no, I am not knocking some hay down. This is first year mixed hay. It's a Timothy alfalfa brome mix. There's not too many purple flowers out there because I'm cutting it a little early. I got good window here, so I figured I would go for 2 cuts rather than do one and get volume. So now we had not a lot of rain last year, and this hay is thick, which is just absolutely incredible. And it's clean. There's hardly any weeds in this. Usually first year hay crops, you know, you got your canola that sat dormant for years, or wild oats or whatever growing up. This hay is really clean for what it is. There's probably less than 10 dandelions in the field. There's one right there. But other than that, I see the odd one. Unfortunately, they've gone to seed already, but there is not a lot of dandelions in the field here. This is only a 35-acre field. When it was in crop, I constantly had to spray this one for wild oats. So I thought I'd throw it into some mixed hay just as an experiment. We do put up Timothy hay, but this is the first mixed hay we've grown in a lot of years. The GPS was giving me issues here, but yeah, I'm planning on big square baling this hay. With the odd weed here and there, I'm a little bit afraid if I put it into a small square bale. You know, you do your best, but there's going to be the weeds in these small square bales, and people really don't like it when they get a small square bale full of weeds. And I try my best not to do that, but it still happens. Whereas if I put it in a big square bale, more than likely I'll just send this to a cow operation. And those guys don't complain about a little bit of weeds in the hay. This will be really good feed for cows, dairy, you name it. The neighbors that do have dairy, they're cutting their alfalfa, or they have cut it already as well. So I think going for second cut rather than volume is the right idea. I'll have some alfalfa, lush green alfalfa, and the grass is super leafy right now, so this should make some really good feed for an animal. On the crop side, the peas look amazing. Well, first we got the Apache working. The Outback's working again. We changed some cabling, and yeah, got things going. They were great to work with. So I sprayed the peas the other day and yesterday, and there's spots that the peas are more or less touching the front axle on that Apache sprayer, which is pretty phenomenal, because a week ago they were only about knee high, and they look superb. That's actually the pea crop right there, and like I said, well, it's hard to tell, but they look super great. About as great as the alfalfa does in this draw here. I sprayed some wheat this morning, and there's places on the hilltops where the wheat's pretty thin, but the one crop I did spray, it was wheat on wheat. It's the same one you guys saw rolling, and it wasn't. Yeah, there's places that it's not great, but there's places where it's probably 100 bushel an acre. So hopefully those fields average out all right. But the disease pressure in that field was pretty good, so I just figured we would hit it. The staging's kind of all over the place. Some of the wheat was in flag leaf, the other places in the field the heads are flowering, so I took it and figured it was the best of all worlds, and just trying to protect those leaves so they can still photosynthesize. I'll give you an update later on the hay, and maybe if we can get spraying some more fungicide, I'll give you guys a view from the cab.